Hey y'all. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, though, my name is Ashley, and this is my sweet perspective where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. Y'all know we're here to put you on, and I'm not here to put you on by myself. I'm joined by my illustrious guest, Tyra, over at Struggle Reviews TV. How are you today, ma'am? And are you ready to get into all things Gilded Age?
Sure. I'm awesome. I'm ready to get into this Gilded Age because I got some stuff to say. They stay playing over here on this little show.
They do. They do. I mean, it's what's going to be. And do I have a slide for overall thoughts? I don't even think I have a slide for overall thoughts. But when we get over there, I do want to know immediately, Tyra, what were your overall thoughts of episode 2 and how did it compare to episode 1, our premiere of season 3 for
I
you?
thought episode one was cooking a little bit more than this one. We couldn't let Gladys play hide and seek for at least 20 minutes. We just had to immediately know exactly where Gladys was. Um, it's okay. There's some promise here with the introduction of some different characters, and I want to see where that goes. But other than that, everything that I expected everyone to do here, they did exactly just that. But I think the next episode will be cooking even more than this one.
Okay. And for me, overall thoughts, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this episode way more than the premiere. I felt like we're finally getting into the nitty-gritty of things. I really enjoyed the Scott's confrontation with Agnes. I thought that was some of the best race relations we've gotten all 3 seasons. We haven't really gotten to see the blacks and the whites interacting. So for this first time, I was like, all right, girl, are we taking the servants entrance? Like, Daddy Scott, are you okay? Like, are you about to spaz out on Agnes? And again, conveniently, Agnes, don't be new money, but you can be black because Agnes has love for the blacks. I'm really wondering if at this point, at any point, we're going to get a flashback
Oh,
and some black person
please.
helped Agnes in the past because
Please. I don't even want to see what that looks like. I'm cool.
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know, but it's so bizarre because she comes completely out of character whenever she interacts with the black people. Like, it's just, it's just,
Plot convenience. Oh.
yeah, it's kind of that. But hello, everyone. Shout out to Demarcus. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. He says, congratulations on 8,000 subs, Ashley. Thank you, Demarcus. We did it, Joe. We did it. I'm so grateful. Thank you for always supporting, coming through, and showing love. And let me just really quick say hello to a couple people who are here because I see y'all were here before we got here. Greta, what's good? Hope you're having the most amazing Monday. Pretty girl Danny, what's good? What's good, sister? Hey Breeze, what's good? Happy Monday. Hey Darfalina. Hey Tony T. Hey Toshiba. Hey Rico. What's good? Dread Shinobi says, Big Bertha for the win. She may be evil, but that's my girl. Listen, we gonna get all into it. Uh, Toshiba says, off to a good start. Swinky22, welcome. I'm ready for the drama to kick up a bit. Like, let's go already. Demarcus says, what's good, Tyra? What's good?
Hey, Demarcus.
But easing right on in, I want to follow kind of a similar, way we talked about it before. I want to know from you, and we don't have to stay long on each of the characters. But as far as Miss Peggy Scott, we know that she was ill. She's been in bed the last couple episodes. I want to know, do we see any movement in our character? And what do we think of the new addition of Dr. Kirkland, Dr. Willie, honey, in the building?
I love this new edition. I love it. It was nice to see a black doctor here and just his dignified tone. It's like, what street were you on? It's fun. You can immediately see like the little reserve Peggy just drops a little bit. It's like, oh, he kind of cute. Like, let me sit up. Let me try to put myself together as much as I can in these little quarters so he can know I'm working with something. I think there's a potential for that. I don't want them to or my concern is that they might kind of beeline her motivation and her drive for her career. And it's like, I have a man. Like, don't let that distract from what we really wanted from Peggy. I love the romance, but I want the other stuff too.
Absolutely. I said the same thing. I said, not her fixing her plaits and straightening up her gown, honey. When he came into the room, he said, "Can I read your pages?" But we'll get into all of that as part of the episode. You know, I always want more for Miss Scott. I feel like she's been just understated the entire series up to this point. And I hope with this vacation, this adventure to Newport, that we're going to get to see another side of her, maybe more of a romantic side, since this actually is a more appropriate match than the married man at the paper,
Yes.
right? So let's hope that for her. Next, easing on down the road, I'm going to start calling her Ada Plain and Tall at this point because I can't shake Miranda. I can't shake it. I can't shake it. Everywhere I turn, there she is. And shout out to Cynthia Nixon because she really she's an actress, all right? She's an actor's actor and she's over here. But girl, leave these people alone. I'm really afraid, Tyra, that she's gonna be a zealot. I feel like she's gonna be that crazy soup lady that we had at the temperance. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna go to hell. Everything's bad. Like I feel like she's gonna be a dog with a bone because think she's refusing to really properly grieve Mr. Forte. What do you think about Ada and her progression up to this point?
I'm tired of Ada already. Give the money back to Agnes. I'm tired. Give the money back to Agnes. It's really giving, now that I got some money, I don't know how to act. I was hoping they wouldn't go in this direction with her and we would see like this, even if it's delayed, this more so brilliant, resilient, bright. You know what? I got a little chutzpah too, not just Agnes, and I can display it even more because I have money. This is, or not just the money, but the control as far as their dynamic. It's like they gave her the money and still left her in this powerless state. I just hate to see her just kind of flowing in the middle of the ocean, flapping and trying to push this temperance off on. I was like, is this what we're really gonna do with her? I'm hoping that this is just the precursor to the breakdown, like the real breakdown, and we really get to the gist of it. Maybe by then we'll stop being in mourning and wearing this black and really get to who Ada is now.
I hope so. I can't stand a mealy mouth woman. And I too was hoping that this money would put a battery in her back and get her to really stand on business. But still, we're seeing everyone kind of fight the battles for her. We had to see Cousin Aurora come in and put her foot down and say, no, this is what it's going to be. I really want more for Ada's character. And like I said, still think she's wrapped up in this grief, but we're going to see. Baby, Auntie Agnes is Auntie Agnes. Girl, we ain't see no progression. She's just going to be her. She's just going to sit there for now because I don't think that the house shift is going to be long lived. I think Agnes is on her way back to a seat of power by whatever means that's going to take. She is not one to be, nobody puts baby in a corner, Tyra. What do you think of Auntie Agnes in episode 2?
I mean, that's what I was hoping for. They're yin and yang, so whatever we get with Ada, that's what we're going to get with Agnes. But we haven't progressed Ada into any like sense of power in their dynamic. She still has full control. It's still like, even if we have it in this episode, well, she's the one, funding the bill and paying us. So actually, and even with the cousin stepping in, she hasn't had to suffer or shift at all with their power dynamic. Like she's still very much her. And I was waiting on that to see her character flourish in other ways. And it's like, well, if I don't have control just financially, but just in our sisterhood, this has been our dynamic, hell, from what looks to be all of our lives. Who am I without that? And we just don't know yet because she's still HBIC.
That part, and she gonna let everybody know. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to her. I'm not your. What Darvelina say? Miss Agnes ain't Charles Fane auntie no more. Said I'm not your aunt anymore. That's what she said. I like Agnes. You know that. Easing on down the road, Miss Brooke. For the raggedy person that all they had to say after our 2-hour live last week was that I called her Miss Brooks. Is corrected. Are you happy now? Damn. Like you thought I would have called the lady Miss Lake or Miss River, Miss Brooke. Damn it. Okay, we're over here. And again, she's still my least favorite character. I really was hoping we would get some movement with her character this episode, especially with her and Mr. Larry stealing kisses and finding our forbidden moments. But she's still very much that lurker in the room with Miss Scott. It's very much, let me peek over. It's very much let me be kind of on the sideline and just kind of tuck away. We haven't gotten much from her in these past couple episodes. Tyra, any change on your thoughts of Miss Brooke? Any
I
shining
mean,
moments?
just that the same that I had. I don't think Larry is the end all to be all. It's like they're waiting for a shoe to drop, and I think that shoe is Jack. Even with what she says in the episode, like, well, shouldn't Jack be the one presenting the blah blah? I think she's kind of mowing around the yard. So when that happens, if it happens, we don't know. It's like, oh, how could you do that today? And then it's like, well, maybe you weren't really giving them nothing to stand on anyway. But it's just that's going to be her pushback to maybe go in a different direction, and we'll get something either career driven, but hopefully not another man because this doesn't serve her any purpose.
Listen, now I too don't think that she and Mr. Larry are going to make it. However, I don't think it's going to be behind Jack. Listen, and we're going to get there because
And
we saw a good move in the right direction on the part of Mr. Larry. I honestly think that the fault in our stars over here is going to be the one and only Bertha
Bertha,
Badass. Bertha Badass. That's
still
all.
Bertha,
That
still
listen.
Bertha, Bertha.
Listen, Bertha badass. She wants her kids. I'm saying she's not paying attention right now because she's all hung up on Gladys and the Duke Hector. But when she's like looks around and is like, Miss Brooke is spending a whole lot of time over here. I think we're gonna see her intervention again, like we saw it last season with the widow. But speaking of Bertha, we over here with the Russells. He has 30 minutes, Tyra. Do you know you have 30 minutes? Because I never thought he would be on my ultimate list. But Mr. Russell is working on it, Tyra. I'm over him. I'm off him. He has 30 minutes. He has 30 minutes into episode 3 to correct all of these injustices, or he's on my list forever. Like Hardy said, forever. And Bertha is just continues to be a like of all the people you lie to, you're gonna lie to this man who's held you
Yeah.
down looking the way you look. There's no excuse for this. Tyra, the Russell.
Girl, did you really think that Mr. Russell was going to be standing on business all about Gladys? I knew that was a lie when he told her to, "Oh, you can marry for love. I'll back you." You can barely back this woman. The minute she makes it seem like she going to cut off the air supply and not give you a whiff of coochie, you jump right back into submission. It's just not there. That's another reason why this wasn't like cooking for me. I really wanted Russell to like, but we've been waiting on that for 3 seasons now. Baby, Gladys will have to be punched in the face by the Duke and out there on that limb before Russell steps in, and he's going to try to get the lawyer and take half of his funds. That is enough. I refuse. And then he gonna go tell Bertha something. Right now, he's just always, following her lead. Nothing.
I
Liar.
just hate it. I hate a weak man. Like you're strong in every other area, but you're gonna listen to this heifer over here. Meanwhile, we have Gladys, honey, and if this actress who plays Gladys, I think her name is Thaisa or something like that, if she don't know how to do anything else, she know how to make a crazy face because the looks, honey, the she gonna cry and she's gonna make a face over here. But I don't see any progression. I was pissed at Gladys, if I can be honest, because no, I'm not going to your carriage, mother. I've made a choice. I'm standing on business. But as soon as Bertha said, "Get your ass in there," she said, "Yes, ma'am." Like I'm going, I'm heading. Gladys, girl, this fight is bigger than you. You can't take on your mother. And I wanted more for her. But I get, it's the time, and I guess we can't expect too much. But ugh.
Don't blame Gladys. Gladys was doing what she was told. I go home. Where's father? I'm waiting because he said that he was going to back me and he didn't. She thought that he was going to be her saving grace this episode. So I'm going to go with the flow. But daddy said, daddy does what he always does. He coasts because he doesn't like confrontation. Like this is to be expected. I'm not mad at Gladys. Gladys did what she could with what she had.
I did. I wanted her to be like, "No, mother, I'm staying here. I'm marrying Billy." Like I wanted her. I wanted
Goodness,
I wanted
repercussions for
the
Bailey and his mama. Nope, go on, get in that carriage, girl. We got to live out here.
Lord easing on down the road to Oscar. We know he has been Eeyore. I mean, ever since he done lost the family fortune. Oh, bother. Nothing I can do. I wasn't meant to be poor or working class. I don't enjoy work. I don't aspire to work. And so in this episode, we see a little bit of progression. And I just want to know, because we will get into the thick of it a little bit later, but Is this a new start and a fresh start for Oscar, or is he going to squander the opportunity?
I should hope not. This is the probably the last opportunity he's gonna get. We know he's not making any for himself. Please don't. Please don't. I think he's gonna try to redeem himself because he at best felt bad about what happened and losing the money for the family. If it wasn't for Ada, we would have been really out there in the poorhouse. So I think he's gonna make the best of it. And maybe we'll see him peak a little bit more in ambition wise and not just be a kill moment.
Lord, because when that allowance request got turned down, I said, well, after watching this, I said, oh, you was just barking up the wrong tree. You should have asked somebody else for that allowance. Meanwhile, we have Larry over here, and I'm encouraged. This episode encouraged me. I can't lie. You guys shook my resolve in the premiere. Tyra, you did it. You shook my resolve because I was like, oh, damn it, Larry's going to betray Jack. But now we find that Jack is going to be present at the presentation. Larry has got him a custom tailored suit, is giving him advice about the ways of the world. And no, you don't want to be ostentatious. The people who have it just have it. We want to be quiet money. You know what I'm saying? I was here for all of this. Jack is nervous. We want to work on the presentation so that we'll both be able to present it. Do you have your slides together? I'm hopeful. I'm encouraged. I'm Team Larry, and you better not fail me, Larry. Tyra.
Larry be diabolical, please. What is the show if Larry is not diabolical? Like the show lacks so much in tension. Like tension, controversy. Like it's just always little marshmallowy mounds of, it's just never enough. They need some off so bad. I need Larry to be diabolical. Even if it's like, well, I just simply thought, like, even if it's a righteous diabolical, I need him to cross Jack so we can get some conflict. They all just walking around like this a museum. I can't take it. Do something.
We get our conflict from Bertha. We get
And I'm tired of her too.
from the other. So now let's kind of get into the thick of the episode. And this time we're only 18 minutes in, Tyra, not an hour. See how that works? See how we're moving right along? So no, as the episode opens up, of course, we see the Scotts arrive at Fifth Avenue to the Van Ryn house, and immediately Mama Scott says, I don't want no smoke. I'm going to go ahead and take the servants' entrance, where Papa Scott is like, no, hell no. They invited us. Walk yourself up these steps, and we're going into the house. And again, as they're arriving, so is Dr. Kirkland. He's arriving as well. But what I want to know from you, Tyra, is what did you think of this scene? And why do you think Mama Scott was so quick to just acquiesce and go through the servants' entrance?
Because there hasn't been any interaction, and if we did have some, I'm not too far removed from the South and things that took place. Yeah, I don't want any smoke, especially with my daughter being here. I can put my pride to the side and go and take the servants' quarters. Like I think she just didn't want to make a scene or call. It's just like, no, we're real people of means. We ain't taking no damn side entrance. Like, no, we're going through the front doors. And then, unfortunately, this is the first time that they have had any interaction with Agnes and them folks. So it's like, oh, you're not racist. I expected you to be a certain way, and even with Peggy being there, like she has to have some window of not being biased because your daughter's here. But it's like we just never really know. I mean, I wanted more from the interaction. If you want me to be honest, like it was just very casual. It was so dignified. It was so dignified. Like I really wanted Papa to go off a little bit, but Mama here was like, no, like yeah, this they called when they could, and it's just all of that, and of course they came with the doctor, and we both just get to see this interaction. But I thought with how long it's been for this meeting, I just thought that there would be more. I mean, it was cool, but it was peaceful.
Was it? And I thought it was risque for the time, but of course we'll get into it because I have a slide for that as well.
Risque?
But on the other side of the street, Tyra, this has to be blood magic. She made this man some spaghetti or did something, because there is no way that he sucked on her thin bottom lip and said, "Whatever you say, baby." Was that, are you sure that was it? That was it? Oh, all right. Then you're on the up and up. You know, you got this. And literally listen to this heifer when she said to him, "Baby, I'm not telling you how to run the railroads, the mines, the land acquisitions, any of that stuff. So don't tell me how to run this household. I got this." And proceeds to lay a flat-lipped smucker on you, and you just you melt. You melt. It's blood magic, Tyra. I can't stomach it anymore. We need to be real about a thing, Tyra. Because what is she doing in that bedroom? We need to go behind the veil, behind the curtain, because I need to know what goes on in there.
She already looks like a witch. I think she has a cauldron in that room. Um, he's folded for less. He folds at the idea that this woman might be mad at him temporarily. Like, I just can't take it. Like, the love is strong with this one. He can be so many things business wise. Like, business, you're not touching me, my money, my family. Like, you could never. And here we turn into a weak shell of a man, all behind Big Bertha. Like, girl, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't see it. I will never see it. And it's not even like it's like a respectability thing. Well, I don't tell you what to do here, so you don't tell me what to do there. We all have our pros and cons and how our situation goes, and like this discord in the house. I handle baby girl, and you like, no, she's a liar.
Straight up liar.
She's a liar. She lies. She lies all the time.
All the time.
She lies all the time, and he's just taking it like, if he don't pop off in season 3, I do not know. I don't even care no more. You get what you get, sir. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Like, I have been waiting for this man to, you know what? That's it. Because Bertha, I love Bertha and the ambition and all those good things, but she needs to be checked, and she has yet to have been checked. I don't know.
Bertha must be stopped. Something's got to stop her. And like I said, it's got to be something behind the veil. Like, there's something behind that iron curtain that curls his toes. Because at this point, Mr. Russell is a golden retriever. Like, can I be honest with you? If I'm Bertha and I had the misfortune of looking how she looks, I would give my all. You know what I'm saying? I'd give my all. Didn't Mariah say that? I would give my all to Mr. Russell. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be lying to this man, because who else is going to love you like that, Bertha?
No, maybe she knows what a body's a berry. Maybe she has some tea. This is. I mean, love is love, and I know like he loves her for this, but she lies to you. She plays in your face. She manipulates you to whatever she needs at the moment. Like, and you always back her up, even when she's being an asshole. I don't get it. I'm like, do you know your power, Mr. Russell? You deserve better, honey. You could do better, my love, beloved. You could do better.
He said, I didn't know my own worth.
Girl.
Since we're in the songs, Bookstores and Purse says she must fulfill his kink. Darfelina says Bertha is manipulative. I love her. We know her.
This show is so subdued. When I tell you, I've been waiting to get a scene with Bertha. She got sweats running down the blades of her back, and she riding Mr. Russell on in the kingdom come. And he's like, "Whoo, Lord, girl, Lord Jesus, ain't never." They ain't show me that either. So we're just gonna assume that Bertha rocking his world or something.
Got to, because when old girl spread her legs from the east to the west,
put that away.
He said, "Put it away. I don't want it."
You.
There's nothing over, and he ran over to her talking about, "Can I lay with you tonight?" Like, ugh. Okay. Anyway, moving on down the road, because I just can't wrap my head around it. Over here, we finally have the sit down ultimately with the Van Ryns and the Scotts, right? They're sitting there. And honestly, I was proud of Mr. Scott. I know you said it didn't deliver on all cylinders, but I feel like as a Black man business owner of the time, over here with, oh my God, I can't even put that on. I cannot. But as a Black man, a business owner of the time, going to Fifth Avenue to sit in this white lady's home, there was only so much that he could say or do. And I think for that, I think he was very clear, because what made it an emergency? Why was it all of a sudden? And why did you even wait so long? Under what delusion did you think that your white family doctor was going to treat my Black child? Like, questions that need answers. Now, I will say on the other side of that, we do have Miss Scott playing damage control and stepping in and really saying, "Well, no, let's hear Miss Van Ryn out." And honestly, hearing Agnes apologize and even relate to their story, talking about Oscar having typhoid and all that, I honestly felt like this was a genuine conversation. Tyra, and I know you said it didn't give enough, but what else could they have done over here?
No, they did what they could. I am going to say, unless I see Agnes act otherwise outside of this home, I'm not going to believe it's how I see it. Everything that transpires with her being conveniently open and not a bigot, and it was a little piece of I voted for Obama twice. Did you, Agnes? Oh, okay. It's always in here. It's always in between these walls. Like who is Agnes outside of this home? I just need to see more from Agnes because Agnes be low key on the show giving ally. Where? Where? Like it's just so convenient, and it's always conveniently here. If we were toe to toe out in high society, near your friends, would you still act the same? I really need to see. I want to know that'll give me some justification of which of the two because I'm just tired of it being confined to this home. But they did what they could. I wasn't mad at it. It was all right.
Okay, and I'll be interested too because again, in the premiere, we're throwing suffrage rights in
Mhm.
there as well. So it's the blacks, it's the woman's vote. So Agnes, undercover progressive, or because it was very much we wasn't raised like that. We weren't raised like that. She said it 3, 4 times, so
Mhm.
it really has me thinking we are going to get a flashback or some insight into her past with the blacks because again, it doesn't make sense to the character that we know.
Oh, so we can see Agnes with a little slave friend. I don't want to see that. I don't know. I don't.
Easing on down the road. I fear he will fail you, basically. So Gladys appeals to her father's better nature. You made me a promise, Daddy. You made me a promise, Dad. And he says, I'll entertain him. Bring him on, let him come over, and he can give his interrogatories, and we'll have a talk and see about it. But I don't think this is going to be for you, Gladys. I just don't believe it. But you can trust me. I'm your dad. I love you. And I'm going to hear little Billy out. You don't believe any of this, Tyra, do you?
Sorry, shell of a man. He's gonna hear whatever Bertha wants him to hear. Like I'm telling you, well, with how docile this show could be at times, I don't know how far they would take it with Gladys and the Duke, but unfortunately, I think it would have to take for her being physically harmed or biggest
Mm.
injust or just something to where she is altered as a lady, as a woman, as a young. Then it's just like, oh, not my baby. Then we step in when it's gone too far, and I've let you take the reins too long, Bertha. This would have never happened if we didn't listen to what da 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 da. The Duke's an awful person, like who knows? But
I
it's like if
believe
we're gonna
so.
do all of this to take the safe route of, oh, the Duke, he's just here for money. He doesn't even love me. Like, oh, what we're not going to do is be safe. Like it's just all very safe. But I needed to be something because he did exactly what I never expected him to have her back just here. No, because he just doesn't give that. That's why I'm like, what would it take for you to stick beside Gladys and but not even just Gladys, anything. What would it take for you to go against Bertha?
Stand against Bertha, period. Yeah. It'd have to be something about his coin, I'm sure. So, we have the conversation, I guess, that had to be, because basically early in the episode, of course, one of the opening scenes is Bertha coming to retrieve Gladys from the Carlton house, and the mom, I think we're out of it. I think these two lovebirds, I think they're in love.
Leave her alone, lady.
Bertha's like, I will end you. I will end your family line. I will end any prospects. My husband will end any prospects for your son. Your name will be mud. And she comes back, well, my grandfather, great grandfather signed the Declaration of Independence. Bertha said, I don't give a damn. I will end you. Keep your raggedy son away from my child. And one thing about Bertha, she gonna stand on business every single time. That's the one thing I don't like it per se, but I respect it because I mean everybody folds in the wake of a Bertha. Because didn't I tell you? Because when we get to the benefit later on that night, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you not to have your son around my daughter? Like, okay. Bet. You're done. You're done. Nothing after this. If I see him sniffing around Gladys one more time, there's no hope for him. Tyra, what did you think about this interaction? And is Bertha right? I mean,
Oh, Bertha needs to tread lightly. Like the mighty does fall, Bertha. It does.
woo,
And you're always making an enemy out of someone. There's no talking with Bertha. You come across her one time, she's going to threaten you with your livelihood, your money, your career, your social status. I will end you. Like, damn.
mhm,
All I said was, your daughter kind of cute or whatever. They like each other. Like, why not? Like, it's not like I'm from some, lacking means. I'm somebody. Yeah, it's not enough. Nothing's ever enough. Like that. While all this is happening, I'm always thinking about Mr. Russell in the background, and the stocks, and the this and that. Like, money can go either way, every which way, all the time. Like, there's no guarantee that you're going to be in
mhm.
this standing forever. And what is it going to be if you guys happen to fall a smidge and you threaten every single person you've come across?
Yeah.
I think, especially if they're like, now some people, they deserve that. But this lady here, like, she had the best intentions. Like, they weren't alone together. Like, I called you just as soon as she got here. Yeah, I will end you. Go, Bertha, relax.
That's what you
Relax.
had to do. That's what
So
you had to do.
we're trying to court Gladys. That's all we're trying to do. Like, just because you don't feel that the family is good enough. But I mean, I understand that. But Bertha goes too far, and I'm just hoping that it's not too much if and when something happens to their endless amounts of money.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is inherently Bertha. I think this was Bertha before the money. I think this is probably how she has helped Mr. Russell and why he feels ingratiated to her. Because it's got to be more than that coot nanny. It's gotta be more. And I hope in season 3 we get to know that. Mr. Fane comes back home to get some clothes, Tyra.
Girl.
And Aurora is begging him back. He hates your stinking guts. You're the scum between his toes, ma'am. He never liked you. Matter of fact, he never liked you. He says, next time I'll just send my valet. I'll send the footman because I can't deal with you. Like give me my divorce. Or I'll be even worse to you. I never wanted it to get ugly, but I can make it so ugly for you, Aurora. Should this have been her cue and her sign, Tyra? Because what you need fresh clothes for? She should have known he was up to something. What do you think about Aurora's approach still? What should she do?
Girl, ain't nothing left for a word to give but a push in the mud and getting dirt on her garment, courtesy of this wannabe ex husband. Like, girl, what does he have to do? This is just, I'm trying to stick with Aurora and even just the storyline. This is abrupt as hell. Like, I'm just never like, since when do you hate this woman?
He hates her.
It's just so overnight. It was microwave just to like, and I'm sure that this story arc of hers is going to be with that women's suffrage movement, amongst other things, and just laws in general. Maybe the catalyst for like, oh, something needs to change. But this is just so weird to me. This man barely has said 11 words for 2 seasons. It's just like, I know I hate it here. Like, since when? Since when do you hate it here? Oh my goodness. Like, don't you care at all? Like, like, girl, get away from me. He just hates her stinking guts, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But how I guess resilient she is to hold on to it for appearances, and what will people think? I'm like, Aurora, if you're going to be put in the front as a character, are you planning something? Can you please like wake up? Is it going to take for this man to literally push you on the ground and walk on your back with this next woman for you to be like, all right, you know what? I got to figure something out. Like, figure something out, because this is happening.
I'm getting subtle foreshadowing when they're sitting down talking, and I know it was in jest, but they're sitting down at the Van Ryn house, and Agnes is like, he'd be better off if he was dead. I'm like, is Aurora going to be like Lizzie Dan Borden? Like, are we going to see her commit a crime? Could it be? I'd be here for it if Aurora busts a cap. Like, I'd be here for it.
Aurora busting caps.
I'm just saying, a stabbing, that's very passionate. That's what they do up close and personal, I don't know. Because she's acting like her losing her place in society is the end all be all. And
Yeah.
my thing is, wait 6 months and get a new husband, Aurora. Like, you're not, you're not hopeless. I mean, you have things. I think if you get married to a man, maybe a widower or like another divorcee who's got a little coin, you sit out the summer months. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know. I don't know. The most action we've ever gotten is when that man thought Mr. Russell wasn't gonna be in, and he, took himself out of here. They don't stand on business too heavy when it comes to violence in that way. So I don't know. It'll be nice. It'll be a nice little boost.
It would. I'd be here for it. But now we're, of course, at the Van Ryn household. And the staff, after being, accosted by Ada's temperance pledge that nobody wants to sign. And I don't like that she's running that over, because now that they're on her payroll, I can make you do this. That's why I'm afraid that she's going to take this cause like a dog with a bone, and she's going to be like a zealot. That's what I fear with Ada's character. But the staff is like, who do we report to? Who do we listen to? This will dictate what we do moving forward. And Aurora, now she got some chutzpah and some sense all of a sudden. She says, Miss Forte pays the bills on Ada. She pays the bills, so you'll answer to her. Agnes says, hell no. Like, what do you mean? Why? Why do we need anything to change? Because we do. The staff are in a tizzy, whatever. But we know this isn't forever. But now Tyra, Ada's the boss. Why did Aurora feel it necessary in her duty to step in when she can't even get her affairs in
I don't
order?
know. They're doing some interesting stuff with that lady. They're doing some interesting stuff with her. She's very mousy in her approach also. But maybe that's a sign that she's waking up a bit due to the situation with her husband. Maybe I'm never being quiet again. You can't keep baby in the corner. This is my time. I'm pushing you down these steps. Who knows? Ada here, like I'm so disappointed in where they're going with Ada. Like the way she's trying to push this on the staff. So do you think when Peggy comes to that she'll sign? What are you doing?
Leave people
Why are
alone.
you, why are you being a weirdo?
Leave people
It's
alone.
giving cold. It's giving like you've been had. What's next? They gonna ask you for money to fund their cause, Ada? Like what are we doing? Like I wanted Ada to look smart and present, and she's not. It's not. It's like they're always going to let her be the like naive, simple like fool of a sister. Like she don't have two legs to really stand on if Agnes isn't there to save her. Like it's giving delusional. It's giving one bird flew over the cuckoo. It's giving like she needs to take a little nap. I don't know the way she was pushing it, like, and she was just so fixated on it. So why won't you sign? And it's like
Girl,
it's okay, it's fine. It's no like clearly it isn't fine, Ada, because you keep asking and trying to push this on people. They clearly said no. They want to have a cute drink every now and again, and that's not for you to do. And when it's my money, I make the money, so I have the money now. I'm in control. Are you? Are you
no,
okay?
baby.
I don't
No.
think she's okay. And now it just looks like, well, thank God Agnes there so she can save her when she falls. This is sad.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see an emotional breakdown at any given moment. Like I said, I don't think she's properly grieved, or I think she's still
That
very
man was
early.
married to her for 2.5 business days. I'm not going to play with Ada.
No, but you gotta get it. You gotta get to the point of it, though, Tyra. She was an old maid. She thought she was
Oh,
going to be a spinster for the rest of her life. She
yeah.
gets the greatest love of her life all of a sudden. Someone who accepted her mealy mouth
Man,
and
that
everything.
man died like via honeymoon. They had
It
just
does. It
two
doesn't
steps.
matter. I think that was the only somebody who loved her, Tyra. And her thought probably is, I'll never be loved like that again. I've waited 50, 60 years to get it, and now I'll never have it again. I think more than just grieving his loss, I think she's grieving the loss of that feeling of like, being loved. I do think it's deeper for her.
It's deep. It's deep as a 5150 hold.
Oh, Tyra, please have a heart, mother. Easing on down the road. We're over here. And of course, as soon as Mr. Russell gets back in town, he's got to meet with JP Morgan. And basically, JP already knows the deal. I know you're not interested in mines. I know you want the land and you're going to build a railroad. And I said it in my upload, but if you guys want some really good historical fiction period pieces that are around the building of this Pacific Railroad, I would recommend Hell on Wheels, which was on AMC years ago. It's with Common Honey. They fine over there. That is a great, great series. And it really depicts the ins and outs of building building this railroad from coast to coast. And then also, if you watch Deadwood, we dip into that a little bit. Both great shows. Had to plug that there. But JP Morgan says, listen, I'll support you, Russell. I'll back you. You know, I just got the bank back up. We know that the depression is imminent at this point. But if you fail, I want no parts of it. My name got my daddy blood on it. It cannot be besmirched with your failure, Russell. So what did you think of this encounter? And is this going to be the partnership from hell for Russell? Is this going to end badly, or are things going to go well? What do you think?
I want Russell to have a little bit of a hard time. He's so used to throwing his weight and his money around. I like someone here saying, I know exactly what you want, what your plan is, and who you are. And I'm not about to play with you or my money or yours. Like, this is what it's going to be. We need conflict. We need the best thing he could do is, punch Russell in the face. Say, not today, Satan. I would love that. I would love that because he's just so used to being accommodated all the time. And it's just like, I need you and your wife to remember, you guys aren't the only ones with money.
That's very
You're
true.
not the only one with money. It's just like, yeah, and even with what you're trying to do, not even you have enough money to sustain for however long. Like, I need you to get with the program too. I enjoy this. I hope he gives Mr. Russell a run for his money.
I do
Literally.
too. He's older, wiser. I mean, his name lives today. So I'm saying Larry is Randy, Tyra. When they get in the back of this carriage, like, what are y'all doing? Y'all don't know these people. Like, discretion to the wind. We are making out, tonguing each other down in public. Like, is Miss Brooke gonna give the Cootenanny away to Larry? Are they gonna find a dark alley and do, because he's not playing no games. Larry was turned out by the widow last season, and he's ready to put that dingling to use. I know he is. Tyra, what did you think about this? Why are y'all hopping in the back of carriages? Like,
No.
what is happening?
Larry, first of all, Larry was turned out before that widow. She just turned him on and turned him back out a second time. Larry been outside. Larry has his way. This is not some version of Little Lamb that's across the street that's going to wait for you. Okay, I need you to understand that, Snow White. I'm not going to do that. He primed and ready to go. Like, girl, if you don't holler, I won't tell you, girl. What time you get off? Like, Larry ready to go. And this is she ain't giving up nothing. She's not giving up nothing, and she shouldn't have to, but she's not giving him anything. She's
Nothing.
not pulling him away for any, romantic liaisons. They're not going off and having dinners. They're not spending any quality time together. You're not all of those things that she was trying to do with that first man she was standing on business about, who was a man about town. You're not even doing that. And they're trying to paint it as like out of fear of failure twice now. I'm just trying to move with caution. Study long and study wrong if you want to. I really don't think this is a real thing. I'm really hoping that he does some diabolical stuff with Jack. And she's like, oh,
Oh my
I almost gave you some. No, you didn't. You wasn't giving nobody nothing. You wasn't giving nobody none of that Cootenanny. You wasn't giving nobody no marriage.
God.
Ma'am, please go away from me with this, Snow White. I don't have time. But that's the most action he gonna get from her.
Well, it was very telling because, of course, of all people, Aunt Ada recognizes what's going on. I see Mr. Russell over here, and it's not just about Jack. Like, you're going over to the Russell's house more than often, now. And so she's like, he's in love with me, but I'm cautious. Girl, you don't love anybody, Marian. I think Marian
Larry
needs to
don't
just
either.
resign herself to just a life of,
You do know I love you, right? Larry, you love some open legs and when the sun come up. Larry, go away from me with this. It don't take much. You lick on Larry's earlobe and he loves somebody. Go away from me with this.
I honestly, I don't think either is going to work. But again, I think it's either going to be at the behest of Big Bertha, or I think he'll do something to her. Like, I think he'll be carousing or doing something, but I don't think it's going to have to do with Jack. It better not have anything to do with Jack. I'm holding on to my hope.
Actually, really, with everything that has transpired in that house, with old the Russell being his daddy and Bertha being the mother, you don't think anything has rubbed off on Larry
I'm
to be
praying that.
selfish and
I'm praying,
diabolical and take advantage of Jack and his opportunity and try to throw some money his way.
I'm praying right
Please
now.
do, please do.
I
Writers,
have my
Father,
oil.
can you hear me? Writers, do you hear me? Put that in the script, please. Make him diabolical.
I'm praying. I'm yet interceding that he is better than them. You know what I mean? That when they say, be a better man than me, that's what
Please.
Eddie Kane's daddy said. So I'm hoping that that's what happened. It didn't happen with Eddie Kane, did it? But I'm just hoping for the future that Larry, shocks us all. shocks us all. But now downtown at the benefit, Aurora's benefit at her home, where she's told Mr. Fane is sick because Ada. Because why are we ever listening to Ada's advice? But he's sick. He's upstairs. He's sick and shut in. He won't be to the party. So we have all the society who's of who's of who's, all the troublemakers. You know what it is. And Mr. Fane brings his hoe into the house in front of all the people, child. I thought you said your husband. Aren't you happy now? Your husband had a miraculous, healing. He's over there with Miss So and So across the road. What? 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 And when we get to talk to him, he says, "Oh, she didn't want to come. This was my idea. Because one way or another, you're going to give me this divorce because that's my woman. That's who I want." Aurora, you're done for. You're done for. They said, "Baby, you might as well pack it up. You're out of here. You're out of society. Don't expect another invitation. Don't expect another party. Mr. Fane is with the widow, and you are moving to the country. Tyra, a public disgrace." Why would he do that to her? Why would he do that to this lady?
If Aurora don't show her ass, I don't want it. I want Aurora to just be like, I want that haircut. She always looked like a young Ada. Like, oh, this is what I look like. I was Joan of Arc in my former life. This is what I look like in my former life. When I was a little younger. Like, no, I want her like, oh my god, like Aurora, is that you? Yes, me. Like, no longer will these type of situations stand. I'm thinking that we're trying to get her to a breaking point. If it's not, y'all want whole homicide in the chat. Push him down the stairs. I want it to just be like, oh, okay, y'all gonna see a whole different side. Like, what are we doing with this? It's like we're trying to get her to a breaking point. It's like, why would you remove her at once? Like, oh, do you know people can see you? Yeah, yeah. Like, this is what it is. This isn't about you. Like, this man overnight. I don't know what happened to Aurora. He just woke up and decided he hated you and he wanted another woman. But that's neither here nor there. We're here now, and we need to do something. I just hope that Aurora goes off. Like, I hope she's that change, and like just even this little portion of this minor society that we sees, and it's just like Aurora's a shell of her former self, but like in a good way. Like, she's a new woman, like the emerging new woman that's about to come out, because all of these suffrage and this movement and women's rights, all of these things are coming. So hopefully what we see here, it'll be like, y'all remember when Amora was all milly mouth and couldn't stand up for herself and looking for society to save her? Look at her now. Now, if we're not gonna do nothing with her, don't be wasting my time.
They have to. They've centered. I was like, when they centered her in the premiere, I'm like, oh, okay. We're going to see a lot more of Aurora. New suit and meetings again. Y'all know we don't have to stay here long, but I feel like this was a vote of confidence. I feel good. We're shortening the lapels. We're teaching Jack what it looks like to be a proper gentleman. We want to be understated. We need their money. They just need to know we have quiet money over here. And this is just part of my investment into you, Jack. I got you. Larry being big bro, if you will. I liked the moment. I felt all tingly and warm on the inside watching this. I'm excited for Jack and all of his prospects, and they can't do him wrong, Tyra. They can't
do him wrong, Larry. Do him wrong for story purposes. Do him wrong. Like, I just refuse to believe that Larry's just so different. What makes him so different? Now, I understood him not wanting to follow in the family way after Mr. Russell, but he said he wanted to make his own stamp on the world. Like, I want my name in lights. I need something that says Beyonce. Like, I need something that says Larry. This has potential to be something massive. And I think he would try to steal it. Like, this was great. It's very, you took this idea as far as it could go. Like, you're gonna come up big. Like, no more will you be in the servants' quarters. Like, I'm doing you a favor. Like, and it might be, well, I fronted, the money for so actually, like, I don't know. I want him to show his hand and what his true colors to me. I just feel like there's potential there. There is, because what happened with the architecture? We ain't seen you do nothing. We ain't heard nothing about that. All of his energy at this moment is going into Jack in this situation, and it's all just to help Jack.
Well, here's what I feel like. What we're not going to do is change the character that he's been up to this point. Last year, we
change anybody else.
fight for the woman who was behind the Brooklyn Bridge, all of those things, fought to get her
Mhm.
name out there when that would have
Mhm.
been, utter ridiculous and, could have potentially caused devastation. He fought for that.
Yes.
I need us to maintain that same
Uh,
Larry. I can't deal with
uh,
it.
that speech at a party was fighting. She's like, yeah,
No,
this was
he did
this
what he
was
did
like,
behind the scenes because they told him not to do it, and he did it
yeah, and
anyway
it's
to
like
give
this
her
is cute or
credit.
whatever, but still, that's not going to make any leeway. Nobody's ever going to know. Like, but thank you for trying.
Oh,
Like, I
jeez.
just, I haven't seen enough. There wasn't anything for me to be like, oh, you know what?
That was character for me. That was character
Larry, one of
building.
them ones. We rely on Larry to do the right thing.
Yes.
I think he's flippant. Like, I think he can go where the wind blows, depending. And I think we see that a lot with how he interacts with women. Like, he just love old Brookie down. Really, you love her? Oh, okay. It's just, I think we're gonna see something else. I hope we do. If they go the stereotypical route, fine. But whatever. Come on, you your daddy's son. Mr. Russell would
No.
never.
No. Even with the widow, she left him because of Bertha. It wasn't his choice. He loved that lady. He just loves a little faster. Even on down the road though, we have the Carltons. And this woman, of course, after Big Bertha laid the smack down, says, son, leave that lady alone. This is new money. This is what they do. They come in, they want to manipulate. That lady will ruin our bloodline forever. We're done. Son said, okay, mom. Billy wasn't it after all, Gladys. Tyra, what did you think of this interaction after the benefit where she's like, son, forget her. Forget she ever existed.
I
We're
don't
not
blame
going over
Billy.
there.
I don't blame Billy. Get your duffel bag and get out while you can. Who would want to be tied to Bertha?
Me either.
Who? With it, what she displays for the common person, along with her own children, who would want to be tied to you? I don't want this in my family. Well, she's like, girl, we positive around here. We don't go around manipulating and using scare tactics on our own damn children. We don't do that. Not for our own gain. I don't want that around our house, around our family. What, you gonna procreate and be married to Gladys? Then we're all intertwined, and I have to deal with her. Absolutely not. Come on here, son.
Come on.
I think he made a sound decision. Gladys, she cute or whatever, but no.
Yeah, is she? But I'm just saying, overall, yeah, I'm not going over there. I want no parts. And again, she's always threatening to ruin people's
Yeah,
lives and their progeny. Like,
I think she has a complex. I think she. I don't care if they never give us a flashback. I think she was displaced once upon a good time because Bertha didn't always have that money. And whoever comes across her, now I will end you. Like I think she's getting it back in blood for every person who ever told her no or treated her some type of way because she was less than. She's hurt
mm,
woman, hurt woman.
hurt people. That's what they say. Meanwhile, over here at the same benefit, my man, because he says, Oscar, listen, I love you from your hair follicles to your toenails. All you had to do was say the word, baby. Here's a check. What else you need? I got you. He's like, no one, I can't invest. I can't work at the bank. I'm not trustworthy because of the here, how much you need? Baby, let me get my why didn't you come and see about me? Why didn't you let me? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? And Oscar says, I was an outcast, social pariah. He says, Oscar, I've loved you. I love you down. I love all of you. I want to drink your bath water. So I'm going to give you this check. You're going to invest it. And I'm going to exclaim about how much money you brought me back. And you're going to get other clients. Is this the resurgence of the Van Ryn name? Are they going to be able to get their fortune back based on this investment? And what do you think of his old suitor? Like, is this a plea for something more in the future? Or is this simply, I loved you once and here's I want to help you.
He really gonna be all over there 10 toes down for Oscar in his old face. It amazes me the way they go up for these people with these faces. They really do. They really do. I mean, I can't just, stand on that, like gain what they lost. We didn't even get a chance for them to lose anything. This would hold some weight if they were currently down and out. If we really saw them uplift, uproot, and they're living in like some meager little like this would have meant so much more. This literally means nothing to me now. It's just like, okay, it was baby, I give you a little check. It's cute. It's cool. I'm thinking that I don't know if this will make him adjust the way he feels about how he lives his life now, where he's, pursuing these women, because you've been burned trying to pursue somebody and you lost everything and you're like, well, I can't, that's not the kind of life we have to choose. It's like, no, I'm not going to choose. I'm not going to, drag a woman into this. I'm just going to live my life how I am. You're welcome to join me. Hopefully he maybe makes a different decision, because Oscar, you're not cute. You're just not good at this, honey. You're just not good, or something, or maybe even business, or like socially. But this, gain what we lost. What exactly did they lose? Maybe Agnes's fortune. Maybe here you go, mom. And then what are they going to go tit for tat in the house about? Okay, well, who really has the money and the control? They're already doing that now, and Agnes don't have a dime. So I don't know where they could lead with that. But yeah, Oscar should be just very excited that this man thought enough of him in his sad face to help him out.
I agree. It was a kindness. And like I said, even if it's just enough to support himself, so he's not just laid up in the bed all day and all night pining away and
He
crying.
will now. He will now, because at least Agnes was trying. Not Agnes. Ada was trying to motivate him. Like, I'm not giving you
Well,
an
this is
allowance.
motivation. But is he going to lose this money? Because he was a banker, right? So the idea is he's going to take this check, invest it, and then he'll get other investing clients where he can invest
We shall
and build
see.
himself back up again. No?
We shall see. I don't believe in Oscar. I haven't seen anything in Oscar to believe in him in that way.
I don't
So
either.
hopefully we'll get into that, because it's definitely not him trying to pursue women. Can we please not do that anymore?
Yeah, I think that's retired. Hopefully that cured him of his whole lavender marriage ideals. Unless he finds a good old lesbian out there, which could happen. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a cute coin that old boy drops on him as well. So we'll see what does with it. I don't trust Oscar though. I think he's loose and like a scallywag. So I think he'll lose anything. Like he's just not good at his core. And I think people who are bad eventually lose. Now, at the very end, of course, we see Billy. Now, he wasn't man enough to do anything else, because you saw how he skeeted around talking to Mr. Russell and left the house. But he did go to the servants' entrance and talk to Gladys and basically tell her, "You're far above me. You're far above my station in life. My family can't handle it if your mom were to do X, Y, or Z. So it's done." She's crying profusely, has to pull herself together. Larry rushes her up where they are all set to meet Hector the Duke. And Hector comes with his lawyer. Mr. Russell says, "I thought you said you told me everything, Bertha. Big Bertha. I thought, well, this is it." So we know immediately if the Duke's brought his lawyer, this is terms. We're outlining terms. I don't know if it was called a prenuptial agreement in those days, but he is setting the groundwork for his future assets from the Russells. This is the agreement. This is the deal that she bartered to save her opera house, right? We saw this last season, and now the chickens have come home to roost. I don't like the look. He's got a lean and hungry look, that Duke. I don't trust him. I don't trust the cut of his jib. I think he's up to no good. I think he probably beats women in his spare time and chops them up. Maybe I don't trust him
Pop
at
them up,
all. I think
Ashley.
he's a degenerate. He gives me Joffrey Baratheon. I don't like the Duke. I don't like him at all. And so as they go to the dining room, Gladys petrified. Look at I told you she's not going to do anything. She's going to give you a look. She's looking there at her father like, "What are you going to do?" And he says, "I'll fix this, baby girl." And so we're to believe that he's going to fix it. And like I told you earlier, Mr. Russell, do you know you have 30 minutes? You have 30 minutes left in my
Fix
good
it.
graces. Tyra, that's what he said.
Mr.
"I'll fix
Russell's
it."
gonna he's gonna fix it now, because whose money? What the Lord? That's the only reason. That is the only reason. Ain't got nothing to do with Gladys, and my baby could marry for love. You are more than willing to be sat if Bertha said so. But you ain't say nothing about him coming in here with a lawyer. He in here for terms. We talking about my money? Breaking it down with who? Yeah, that'll be the thing to make him, stop Bertha in this situation in their breaks. I'm hoping that we don't get to a situation where Gladys is hurt. Like, can we just not do that? Because that man looked real shifty. We already saw that he was. Like, who's paying the most? Because that's the opera house I'm going to. He's an opportunist, and you can never trust anybody like that. And the fact that she's just so eager, Bertha. Oh yeah, girl, it's my Duke, my Duke, my Duke, my Duke. Girl, yeah, you don't know anything about this Duke. Nothing at all. Nothing. And it's just, status, and that's enough. he could be all kinds of things, be ready to turn Gladys all kinds of ways, lay hands on her and feet. And it's just, but you get to, have standing and you could do so much. You could be the first one. Yeah, that's cute and everything. Can we? And it's not even like I don't even fault her for worrying about wealth and status and making that take precedent over everything else. Fine. We know who you guys are. But can we get to know the man for 5 minutes, Bertha, please? Can we spare that? It's just like, no. Before the ink's dry on anything, like, yeah, let's just go. She's moving too quickly. And I hope it doesn't come to that. I think Mr. Russell may get a little bit more active, but it's all about his money. This ain't got nothing to do with Gladys.
Yeah. I mean, it's all set now. We know that the promise was made. We know that they have a gentleman's agreement up to this point with Mr. Russell there. I hope it's Hector Pay the Piper. I hope we finally get to see him stand up. But like I said,
because
Mr.
where that
Russell,
lady at? Well, what that old lady's man? Where that lady at that had opened them legs up to Russell? Because she's somewhere plotting and waiting. Where's she at?
In the house down the street. Remember, she's with the old man. I wonder
Yeah,
if
I need to pick up with that because I think that's very unfinished, and I think if anybody's going to rival her, it's going to be her. I need that to happen so Bertha can be sad. I need that to happen. I need Mr. Russell to lose a little cute coin, be like, girl, look now, we ain't in the poorhouse, but we ain't far from it. I need you to pipe down on all these promises that you're making on my behalf. Like something needs to happen. Like, girl, are you gonna make Mr. Russell lay hands on you?
Girl.
No, I don't know.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get violent. But damn, like, girl, something needs to shake immediately. But you guys, that was episode 2 of the Gilded Age. What do the papers say? Because Bertha was running through all the newspapers, putting stuff out, just fake news. But you guys, that was the episode. Tyra, anything else you have on the episode? Anything you want to let the people know that we have going on this week or that you have going on? Any uploads?
Just as far as the please, Ashley, don't make me push you down. Nothing. I just hope that we cook even more next episode, and I want some violence in this show so bad. I want some sadistic underhanded. That's why I want to know where that lady at, because that's the one that gave it to us. I want some steam in here. Like I need them to somebody get shanked in the alleyway. I don't know, something. But y'all already know what we have planned for the week. Tomorrow we will begin season 2 of Game of Thrones, and I'm actually excited, because I had a time last Tuesday. It was a fun time, so be on the lookout for that and everything else, y'all. Every single link for everything we do in this week, it's already up. So all you got to do is cut the notifications on and come and join us, please. Thank you.
Yeah, come on in. It's going to be super, super fun tomorrow. And then, of course, Thursday, we're back for Sex in the City. And Friday, we are talking And Just Like That and Divorce Sisters. And then Saturday, our up and coming, very popular news segment, The Collective News. And of course, we have Blockbuster Movie Night. And Blockbuster Movie Night is a perk for our members of either the Struggle or the Sweet Peas, where we get together and we watch a movie of either one of our choosing. And this week is Tyra's choice. Child, where's the video? Hold on. I'm trying to find every single time it does this to me. But it's Tyra's choice this week. And I think this is it, y'all. I think this is it, y'all. Let's see if this is it. Too many hoes. Have a great night, guys. Put that shit in your nose. But I still love you. Be doing shit that nobody knows. In the streets, they be thinking you're a lady, but at home. If you ain't nasty, don't at me. I've been working all day. I like to run the streets when it's dark out and come home, pull your back out. I hope that's okay. I can't leave you alone.